Every Roblox developer wants the same thing: a game that gets players, earns Robux, and maybe even becomes one of the big games on the platform. But most games fail for a simple reason. Developers focus on graphics, maps, pets, ads, or fancy UI before they make the game fun enough to play more than once. So here are 10 things that matter much more than having a huge budget or a big development team. 1. Start with the loop, not the features. The most important part of your game is the core loop. That is the action players repeat again and again: collecting, fighting, upgrading, building, trading, unlocking areas, or improving their character. A good loop needs to feel satisfying every time. Players should understand what they are doing, feel like they are progressing, and want to do it once more before they leave. Without that, it does not matter how good the map looks. Players will try your game once and never come back. Before building loads of systems, ask yourself, what will players actually enjoy repeating for an hour? 2. Make sure the game is not finished in one session. A polished game is not always a replayable game. An obby can look amazing, feel smooth, and still lose players the moment they reach the finish line. Once they beat it, what is left? That is why games need reasons to return. Leaderboards, new challenges, different modes, updates, progression, rewards, or multiplayer competition. Think about games like Tower of Hell. The experience changes constantly because every round is different. Sports games and FPS games work in a similar way. You may play the same game mode, but you are facing different people every time. One match might be easy, the next one could be intense. Even a simple game can have depth. You do not need 6 months of content before launch. You just need enough variation and progression that players feel there is something worth returning to. 3. Build something you would want to play yourself. Making a game only because it sounds profitable is usually a bad idea. You are going to test it hundreds or even thousands of times. You will need to fix bugs, add updates, balance systems, and keep improving the experience after launch. So if you already find the game boring while making it, you will probably burn out before players ever get attached to it. The best developers are usually excited to open their own games. They notice small problems, come up with new ideas, and genuinely enjoy playing. That feeling transfers to players. Build something you would personally grind, compete in, or show to your friends. 4. Launch small and test early. You do not need a massive game on day one. Start with one strong idea, one satisfying loop, and a few mechanics that work well together. Then let people play. Watch where they get confused, see what they enjoy. Ask them what made them leave and what made them stay. The goal is not to release a perfect game. The goal is to get feedback as quickly as possible. A small game with a good loop can grow into something big. Start with 10 players, then 50, then 100. Build a Discord server, listen to the community, and keep improving. That is how games snowball. Please Donate is a great example. At the beginning, it was just a simple idea with a small number of players. But the loop worked. People invited their friends, and the game kept growing. 5. Ads will not save a weak game. Spending lots of Robux on advertising does not automatically create a popular game. You might get a big spike in players for a day or two, but if those players do not enjoy the game, they will leave. Then your player count drops, the budget is gone, and you are back where you started. Marketing should amplify a good game. It cannot repair a game that players do not want to return to. The smarter approach is to test first, improve retention, and only then spend money on promotion. Make sure that when players join, they actually have a reason to stay. 6. Focus on session length, retention, and monetization. These are the 3 biggest things to think about. Session length means how long players stay in your game. Retention means whether they come back tomorrow, next week, or next month. Monetization means how your game earns Robux from players who are having a good time. The best Roblox games do all 3. They make players want to stay longer, give them reasons to return, and offer things that are worth buying. If people leave after 5 minutes, something is probably wrong. Maybe the game is too slow. Maybe it is too difficult. Maybe there is no clear goal. Maybe the progression is boring. The only way to find out is to test the game with real players and listen to their feedback. 7. Monetize by improving the experience. Good monetization is not about making the game pay to win. It is about giving players things they actually want. That could mean teleporters, boosts, faster progression, extra inventory space, cosmetics, or other convenience features. Players are happy to spend Robux when they feel that a game is fun, polished, and worth supporting. Cosmetics are especially strong because players like showing off in games they care about. Make purchases feel rewarding. A player buying something might be spending Robux in your game for the first time, so make that moment feel good. You want them to think, this game is fun. I like what the developer made. I am happy to support it. 8. Be original, but do not make the game confusing. The next big Roblox game will probably not be an exact copy of something that already exists. It will have a fresh idea, a different theme, or a new twist. But you do not need to invent an entirely new genre. You can take a familiar format and change part of it. Maybe it is a tycoon, where players explore caves instead of standing on buttons. Maybe it is a simulator with an unusual setting. Maybe the core mechanic is familiar, but the way players progress is different. Most of the game can still feel understandable. Players need to know what they are supposed to do when they join. The innovation should make the game more interesting, not make it harder to understand. 9. Learn to make your own mechanics. If you want your game to stand out, you need to be able to create things that other developers cannot simply copy from the toolbox. Using toolbox models for trees, buildings, decorations, or simple assets is fine. But if your full game is built from free models and ready-made systems, it will probably feel like dozens of other Roblox games. The real difference comes from your own mechanics. That is why learning scripting matters. The more you understand how scripts work, the more freedom you have. You can make systems, abilities, game modes, and interactions that fit your game instead of using whatever someone else already made. I would also avoid relying too heavily on AI. AI often pushes developers towards the same generic ideas, the same systems, and the same style of game. When everyone uses it in the same way, games start to look and feel identical. You want players to join and say, I have not played something like this before. If Lua feels too difficult right now, Easy Lua can be a good starting point. It lets beginners create original mechanics without writing full Lua scripts from scratch. It is easier to learn, but still gives you more freedom than simply taking systems from the toolbox. The goal is not to find the fastest shortcut. The goal is to make something that feels like your game. 10. Do not wait for perfection. Your first version does not need to be a masterpiece. Some of the best games started as simple ideas that were released quickly, tested, and improved over time. The faster you can move from an idea to an MVP, get feedback, and make updates, the faster you learn what works. Do not spend 6 months trying to make every tiny detail perfect before anyone can play. Release, test, improve, repeat. That is how successful Roblox games are made. Recap. Build a satisfying core loop. Give players reasons to come back. Make something you enjoy working on. Start small and test early. Do not waste ads on a game that does not retain players. Improve session length, retention, and monetization. Sell convenience and cosmetics instead of pay-to-win advantages. Use familiar ideas with your own twist. Learn to create your own mechanics. And most importantly, release your game and keep improving it. A popular Roblox game is not just luck. It comes from making something players enjoy, listening to feedback, and improving the game faster than everyone else. So ask yourself, would I play this game? Would my friends play it? And would I want to come back tomorrow? If the answer is yes, keep going. You might be building something much bigger than you think.